Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to What If Deku Was the Flash Part 3. Last we left off, Deku had infiltrated the UA entrance exam, and he saved Uraraka and finished the exam with over 150 points in record time. And this is after the 1 week wait. During that 1 week wait, something fun happened for him. Deku was running around the city with his speed, and he runs up this building and he's standing there as he looks to his left and sees a all black liquid like person that looks like him. And this one person has a tentacle come out of his back and it's just, well, he doesn't notice it, but it just comes out as this person says, "Ah, yes, Flash Deku. My name is Nightmare. Well, you can call me that, but I go by Deku. I'm from another universe, and I'm starting up a group. And we're planning on conquering the multiverse, and I want you to join me." Deku says, "No, I don't think so. I'd rather conquer it by myself." This other person says, "Aw, too bad," as a tentacle stabs into his leg, and then another tentacle comes out and grabs him by the neck and throws him off. As he says, "Well, too bad I have to end like this. Goodbye, Deku." As he throws him off the building. As Deku's falling down, he turns and he starts running down the building so he can catch himself, and then he just runs off. Running at record speeds to his house, runs inside and closes the door. As he looks at his leg, and there's a giant hole in it. As he starts holding onto his leg and starts clenching it in pain, he limps over to the bathroom, gets some bandages and a needle and some thread, and says, "Well, the only way this is going to regenerate faster is if, well, I do this." As he puts a towel in his mouth, and he says in his head, 3, 2, 1. As he starts stitching up both sides of his legs and applying bandages to it. He's pretty much screaming in pain at this point. But after a few days, those stitches are going to come off, or after a few hours, those stitches are coming off anyways. So, yeah. Anyways, Deku would then just wait at his house until he got the letter saying that he can join, that he's in. As Deku would say, "Perfect." As he starts stretching his legs, and he says, "Well, let's go for a little jog, shall we?" As he steps outside his house, and he's in his, I would say it's kind of like a suit. It's kind of like, okay, it's going to be, if you haven't seen the Flash series on Netflix, or the CW show on that channel, it's pretty much going to be like that, only except green and red. Main green, red lines on it where the yellow is. And that's going to be Deku's suit with the red lightning behind it, like the Reverse Flash. Only except instead of having an open mouth area right there, there's going to be that mask that he has around his neck like in the picture on there. And for the eye holes, it's going to be covered in a one-way glass where the outside you can't see in, but you can see through it. And they're going to be black, pitch black, on the outside looking. As Deku would just jump up and down and stretch his legs, he would say, "Alright, 3, 2, as he would just dart off. Going faster than he ever has before. He's like, "So that fixing must have helped me out a little bit. Well, let's see if I can run into the future." As he goes faster and faster and faster and faster, and then a portal opens in front of him, and he runs through it. As he's running through, he thinks of a time period. One about a day ahead. As he goes through another portal, and he's exactly 1 day ahead in the future. He's like, "Alright, let's go to school before I'm late." So he starts running to the school, and he makes it there in record speed. Deku walks up to the doors of the class, because he ran through the whole entire building looking for it, and he found it. As Deku would say, "Alright, new class, new people to mess with. Or should I say, new tools." As he would open the door, and he would see The students of Class 1A, Bakugo arguing with Ida, as in canon, but this time Bakugo and Ida stopping and just looking at Deku. In this, I believe that I didn't make Deku know Bakugo, and if I did, I'm going to scratch it, and I'm going to say he never met him yet. So, in this is their first time meeting. So as Bakugo would walk up to Deku and say, "What's your name, nerd?" Deku would say, Izuku Midoriya, but you can call me, I don't know what you can call me, just call me Izuku or something. As Bakugo's like, "Alright, nerd, here." As he grabs him by the shirt collar and Deku phases through his arm and starts walking towards his desk. Bakugo's like, "What did you just do, you nerd?" Deku's like, it's called phasing, you idiot. Learn to do it. As Deku just pretty much gives him a smirk and a little mocking face, and then just walks to his seat. He sits down and puts his head down and takes a nap. After a few minutes, Uraraka walks in and she thanks him. Well, Deku wakes up and she thanks him. He says it's no big deal. It's what a hero should do. And after he says that, he says in his head, "Ugh, I sound so much like a little bitch. I cannot wait to destroy this planet. Maybe even the multiverse. That sounds like fun." As Deku's thinking that to himself, he's just looking forward with a little smirk on his face. And then he shakes it off and says, "Well, I hope you guys know that the teacher's like right behind his desk taking a nap, right? You should probably be quiet." Because they're all like, "Huh?" As Aizawa pops up and says, "You know he's right. Shut up and take a seat. Took you guys 8 seconds to quiet down." As he's like, "Alright, you guys, get on your uniforms. We're going for a quirk assessment." As he was finishing up, Deku runs out of the room as fast as he can. And Aizawa then says, "Test." Huh. Well, that kid might definitely win on the speed test. Let's see what other things he can do. As everyone stops, they don't complain like in canon. They just get their uniforms on and go. Instead of Deku walking through the door, he just phases through it. And he just phases through the whole building, so he just doesn't have to use doors, and he's practicing his abilities and getting used to it. So as Deku phases through the whole entire school just to go outside, he's standing outside on the quirk assessment field. And this is where I'm going to leave it. I promise that they're going to be 8-minute long episodes only. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.